Let's go for a walk and see what God has for us today. It's so beautiful here. This is definitely one of my favorite spots out of all of Inagrati. Welcome to Moments with God, where I get to share my personal journey that I get to take with God with you. Today, I would like to talk about walking with God and inviting Him into things. So this week, what I did was I recorded some moments that I had with God, and I'd like to share them with you. So I have a few minutes before work, and on my way to work, I started to listening Walking with God by John Eldredge. This is my second time listening to this book. And there was one part where he said, I'm quoting him, that the devil was right there, seizing the moment, speaking the lies, and she agreed with him. And then all of a sudden, I realized that I too had made an agreement, and it wasn't that long ago. The agreement I made was regarding this YouTube channel when I was doing my first video. It was so hard. I was hit with so many lies of not being good enough, struggling with what I'm saying. I mean, it was just a lot going on. I'm not going to get into those details, but I realized that I made an agreement that I was like, yes, it's right. I am horrible. This sucks. I suck. And so on and so forth. But I never broke that agreement. So I stopped listening and I prayed. I invited Jesus into this agreement, and together we broke this agreement by His blood. Because if I didn't do that and that agreement stayed, pretty much that was an open door for the devil to wreak havoc into my life, into what God is doing with this YouTube channel, or what He plans to do in the future with it. Because I have agreed that it's not good, when in fact it is. Christ is in me, and what He is doing is good. So that was one way that I got to walk with God today, and it's been good. I'm actually quite excited to see what He is going to do. So as I was evaluating my day and how I walked with God, He reminded me of something today. On the way to work,
I was listening to Walking with God by John Eldredge, and I heard the Holy Spirit say, stop listening to it and pray for your husband. Now, I normally pray for my husband, not daily, but usually I do. But today I distinctly heard the Holy Spirit said, stop listening to the audiobook while you're on the way to work and pray for your husband. So I did. I listened. I stopped listening to the audio and I prayed for my husband. Later on in the day, I find out he sent me a text message saying he had a crazy day at work. He's actually still at work, so I don't know what's going on or all the details of his work. But one thing I know is that I was faithful to walking with God. I prayed for him when the Holy Spirit reminded me and asked me to pray for him. I look forward to see what that prayer did in his day. And I'm glad I listened and I walked with God today.
For today, I needed to do this video. And I've been praying the whole week of how do you want me to record this? Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? And I strongly felt it upon my heart that I should go on a walk, that I should go into nature, experience God and His presence, and let Him speak to me. And honestly, this is my favorite time to connect with God. It's beautiful. It is so life-giving. And I'm crying. I don't know why.
In that moment,
Thank you, Jesus.
I felt His presence. I felt Him speak to me and say that He was proud of me, that He was proud of me for walking with Him, that He was proud of me for taking that time and inviting Him.
In my heart, what does He want to tell me? Because honestly, I don't cry unless the Holy Spirit's here, unless I feel God's presence. I think the birds are praising God with me. How cool is that? So guys, this was a God moment in front of you. And usually when we have God moments or we walk with God every single day, it doesn't look exactly the way that we think it looks. It's in the mundane, it's in the daily, and it's usually small, not epic, not big. Yes, there are epic moments. Yes, there are big moments. But that's also not where we start. We start small. We start in the daily. And how you do that is literally you open up your heart to God. And you say, God, I welcome you in. I welcome you to speak to me. I invite you into my heart because that's what He wants. He wants your heart. He wants access into your heart. So, in conclusion, is that when you walk with God, it doesn't look big. It's usually a prompting. It's usually you not asking a question. It's just Him leading and guiding you in the small things. Like for me, pray for your husband. Work through this agreement. Little things like that. Sometimes it could be God saying, love your family more. Don't grumble when you do the dishes. And it's giving Him room to work in your heart. And it's beautiful, honestly. It's transforming and it is life-giving. And yes, we do want to listen and ask questions, but a lot of times, walking with God, He usually speaks when you don't ask questions. He usually deals with the things in your heart that you haven't asked about. And that's why it is so important to give God room and give Him a place in your heart and to invite Him in, so that He can access the areas and so that He can transform you and really speak into what you need and how He wants to work in your life. And guys, I had to do this with my miscarriage. I have to do this with my marriage. I have to do this with my friendships. I have to do this in every aspect of my life. But I am so happy and I am so glad that I can do that because I don't have to figure it out on my own. I have a God who loves me and who wants the best for me. And I give Him access into my life. I can truly say I am happier because of it. I hope you enjoyed my video. Now let's go to the Rock. It's another favorite spot of mine. It's technically the last place that we're gonna go today, and it's beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful adventure. I know that I did. Now it's time to go home. My son is going to be home from school soon. I need to make him lunch. But it was really nice inviting you guys on this walk in the woods as the colors are changing. The birds are still out and singing. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And you got to see a little God moment with me. It was a really beautiful moment. He spoke love and that He was proud of me. That was really good. I'm really blessed by it. And I pray that you guys are blessed and that you be in blessing. And remember to invite Jesus into everything. See you next time. Look what I found. They're so pretty. I'm gonna take them home and put them in a vase. Seriously, it doesn't get more beautiful than this. Isn't it beautiful?